everyone. Thank you for tuning in to the iConis podcast. As usual, I'm your host, or one of your hosts, Barry 3D for Deep Dark Delicious. You want to find where I'm going to be at, check out barry3d.com. Awesome. On my side, as always, the one and only, man, myth, the legend, my cousin has got you dancing all night long. Who am I talking about?
Rod C. Ladies and gentlemen, hello, good day.
He is right. We're going to get right down to the brass tacks of it. So just really
Okay.
couple of quick notes. One, if you want to do this, what we're doing, we use Podbean. So check out iconis.podbean.com. That's first and foremost to do all that. Rod, where can they find you real quick? We're just going to go through this real quick
You know
here.
what? Find me on Instagram at Mr. Rod C. MRRODC. From there, you can span and find me everywhere else. TikTok, Twitch. Let's goes on. Let's go.
Right on. And last note, if you want to find and do what we're doing and you need a graphic artist, there's only one person to reach out to, and that's the one and only Mr. Phenomenal.
J Bird Digital Art.
Mr. Jason Reese, J Bird Digital Arts. Hit him up. Tell him you heard about the iConis podcast. He will give you a discount for any graphic work needed to be done. All right. So we're just doing a quick hot shot on this one today. I was very excited on something. So something we've always talked about on this show is different comic book brands. So here we go. This is what I mean. I was watching the series Echo. There's no spoilers on Echo. If you haven't watched it, I enjoyed it. It was a fun series. What I found was really interesting is instead of using the normal Marvel logo, they went with a new one, Marvel Spotlight. Hot dog. Which hot dog. It blew me away because we've been saying on the show for a while now, over the 2.5 years, almost 3 years of doing the show, that Marvel should really diversify into their product. And instead of everything just being the typical Marvel logo, they should start to kind of franchise and use Marvel Premiere, Marvel Spotlight.
Right.
Show shorter stories that don't need a lot of connectivity with it, but bringing out maybe some of these lesser known heroes that we talk about on our show and that you can even find on Larry Reclazato's Facebook page, right? Which is Forgotten, Obscure, and Underrated Heroes. So that it fits right into that perfect line. So Echo, smaller character out of all the characters that are out there. I'm not saying she doesn't have a story, but she doesn't get a movie. She doesn't get the big treatment, even though she got treated well. And they put it under the Marvel Spotlight brand, which I thought was amazing and about time that Marvel's getting a little bit, using what they have, use the tools that you have. So people say, well, right. So what's Marvel Spotlight? Well, Marvel Spotlight was a comic book series. So it was Marvel, and you had your Marvel Spotlight, and the volume 1 ran from November of 1971 to April of 1977. Then volume 2 kicked in from July of 1979 to March of 1981. Now, this was like, to a certain example, the equivalent of DC Showcase, where new writers, new artists, and new characters made their debuts under this to see, do these characters, are they going to,
they got a leg to stand on.
Numbers.
They got a leg to stand on and see where they can go from there. Can they stick on the wall? Another analogy to say.
Exactly. So that's what it was. You had Marvel Feature, you had Marvel Premiere, but Marvel Spotlight. So what reason we're talking about is because when I saw Echo and I saw that intro, I'm like, wait a minute, they've never done that before. Hold up, what am I seeing? And that was really cool. So the series, Stan Lee, Marvel Spotlight issue number 1. And it started off with a Native American hero, and his name was Red Wolf. And the cover art was by Neil Adams. All right. You're kicking it off good. And I mean, multiple writers have worked on this, right? Gardner Fox was one of the writers, Gary Fenrich, Archie Goodwin, Marv Wolfman, right? If you don't know Marv Wolfman, you should. Come on, New Teen Titans. He's done a lot of stuff with George Perez. The Avengers, with that run, those two always seem to team up. Like Chris Claremont and John Bryant, right? There we go. Pencilers were Sal Buscemi, Steve Ditko, Mike Plog, Sid Shores, and many more. So it's not just only a couple of them are on there. And that's when this book came out, to show these storylines. And that's what I found was really cool. So as I said, issue number 1 was Red Wolf. And then he moved him to his own title. Okay. Werewolf by Night ran from issues 2 so Red Wolf was in issue number 1. Werewolf by Night was issues from 2 to 4. And then, in the omnibus, those 2 issues are in there, and that led on to it. Ghost Rider made his debut in issues 5 to 11 and then moved on to his own title. So we're talking Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider.
Right.
And then, Son of
Son
Satan.
of Satan.
Wow.
Which we did.
Which we did. Went
Yes,
from
we
issues
did.
number 12 to 23, moved to his own title. And then Marvel Horror Lives Again Omnibus, so you can find out more. But we've covered him, right? And you might have seen him, Hellstrom, right? Daniel Hellstrom or Hellstorm, however you want to pronounce the name, how it's spelled. So we've covered him. Issue number 25 had Sinbad. Issue 26 had Scarecrow, which moved into the Marvel Horror Omnibus. Marvel 27 covered, the Submariner.
Come on
now, here was my first reading of this was issue numbers 28 and 29, which was Moon Knight. His costume looked a little bit different, but it was essentially all there. Of course, issue 30, The Warriors 3. So that's the collection of, the Warriors 3 from Thor comics, and you've seen them already in the Thor movies.
Right.
Issue number 31, Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. So he had his own book, but he came back with this. And then, of course, issue number 32, Spider-Woman. This is to show you how far back she was. Her hair was, she had a skull cap. Her hair wasn't even exposed. It was like Spider-Man. All you saw was her mouth and a bit of her nose. But similarly, the costume stayed. You can find that issue up there. It's a good way to kick off your reading there. And then, of course, issue number 33, Deathlock, the Demolisher. We covered him.
Yes, we
covered him. All right, so that's to show you how important it was. And then when it came back from 1979 to 1981, we had Captain Marvel or Marvel. Dragon Lord. Okay, that was so. Captain Marvel was issues 1 to 2, and so let's say 1 to 4. There we go. And then Dragon Lord was issue 5.
Yep.
In issues 6 to 7, it was Star-Lord, man. Star-Lord. And that was his origin. They broke down his origin, okay. Captain, number 8, we got back to Captain Marvel again. Right? And then, issues 9 to 11, Captain Universe, which we somewhat covered when we talked about Micronauts.
That is true.
So I was just saying, I was so impressed to see that Marvel is now starting to kind of get into the Marvel Spotlight, Marvel Premiere, and breaking it down. We just talked about another property, or will be, but by the time this comes out, another property we've talked about that I believe would be under Marvel Spotlight. And I'm just excited for them to start using that because, as I said, not everything needs an ongoing series. Not everything needs a big budget production, but they're important to still tell these stories, be it if it's live action or animated under the Marvel Spotlight brand. That's what blew it away for me. So I don't know what their future is for the Marvel Spotlight brand. I don't know, who else they might want to put in there. That, sky's the limit. Rod, what do you think on all this?
Well, well, I like the idea. Again, you're right. We spoke about this. This is the best time that Marvel can basically kind of gear down, and the same concept of the book. Let's see what characters will stick. Let's see what characters people gravitate to. Let's get them out on a showcase, focus on them for a couple of issues, see if they grab, and then, see which way we go. And like we said, I'll even say it this way. That's nearly 3/4 of the premise of our iConis podcast. Because what we do is we talk about characters that basically we want to put a light on, spotlight, and basically bring it to the forefront, spotlight, because that's what we do. So we're just basically Marvel. We're giving you the ideas. Again, like Barry said, we spoke about using the template spotlight from before. So someone's been paying attention. We thank you very much. Greatly appreciate it. Can you guys get back to us about bringing us on set for other stuff? Because we mentioned that as well. Appreciate it. Good looking out.
Yeah, thank you. Exactly. Right. I don't know. We've talked about a lot of characters because this show comes out weekly. We talked about a lot of characters. We do bonus episodes. And you're right, Rod. Like majority of the characters on there, I would love to see. So here's I'll kick this off. I mean, will we ever get a Starjammers movie? Maybe not. But,
No,
but, but a Marvel spotlight on the Starjammers.
is okay.
All right, let's
It's
do it.
okay. You know what? Here's a good way of looking at it. You just said something that just kind of clicked in.
Mm,
Majority of movies nowadays, and I know people are starting to get a little overwhelmed or tired in the sense of thinking, oh, we're gonna have a movie and we're gonna have to have some type of trilogy. We got to have at least two or three follow us behind that particular one. No,
mm,
this
mm.
is the best time that if you're going to test it out on the Disney Channel and you just have it as a spotlight, and then basically you can go forward and have movies and label it starting off as a spotlight or as the Marvel intro. That will give us the understanding like, oh, this is a one and done, or this is something to test out, and let's go from there. Because I would definitely enjoy having a movie that if you can give me a good solid story and just place it right there on a wonderful platter and it makes sense, let's go. So you just give me the mental understanding as I walk through the door. Is this a spotlight? Because we won't know until the very first movie release, whoever released it first. Because everybody
Yeah,
else after, I say, it said Spotlight at the front. No, it said Marvel. It said Spotlight. It said Marvel. Now we'll know what it is. And if I'm walking in and I know there's a Spotlight, okay, impress me.
Crespi.
And then be
So
like,
here's my thing. I'm going to come down with my top three right now. If I'm going back the
if
top
you're
three, and
gonna
I
do it,
know there's
oh,
more
okay,
than it.
okay,
I'm just going,
okay.
and I'm just putting this together real quick. So if I have to go to what I want to see next for Marvel Spotlight, I think out of my passion desire, logic desire, Deathlock the Demolisher. Right, we got to go with Deathlock. See, he made his debut in Marvel Spotlight. So if you want to keep it, you got to go Marvel Spotlight, Deathlock the Demolisher. Give me Man Wolf, J. Jonah Jameson's son, Man Wolf, right?
Woo!
And then give me Starjammers. Give me those three in a Marvel Spotlight, and I'm
I didn't
good.
know you.
Now I know the
I didn't even know you were
Starjammers
doing
never
this.
appeared in a spotlight.
No.
I understand that, but Deathlock appeared in a spotlight. I'm good with that. Manwolf was Marvel premiere, I believe it was, if I'm right. But anyways, you could put a spotlight on these characters. That's the logic I'm looking at. We know it exists within the MCU, and they have their own story to tell, and it's not going to take away from the big picture on phase 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever it is. And if these
Oh,
characters make an appearance in a movie, then we
yeah,
know both these characters. So that's it. That's all I got to say. So Marvel Spotlight, very excited to see what they do next. As I
yeah.
said, Deathlock, they have to do Deathlock. They have to do Deathlock. All right, I'm good.
Okay. No, I'm literally trying to go for the mental Rolodex, and I'm like it's too overwhelming. I can't. I didn't know you were pulling that. Oh my
No,
goodness, you're
it
pulling
just
that
came to
run.
my head. I
I
pulled up
know,
like
but
our
it's a good
list of
run.
shows and
It's a good process. Like you know me, I need all the I need the computer. My head is just
right, right,
overwhelming. I'm just trying to
right.
think of who we've spoken about would be a good spotlight.
Oh yeah, we've talked about
That
a
that
lot. You would have to go through the
that's
list, dude.
that's why I was like, but the thing is I know Starjammers is your like is your is you love that one. So I know I wouldn't be surprised. I'm actually surprised you didn't say Micronauts.
No, because they need more.
Okay, Val, you see, you already know you can't do one spot on that one. Okay, and that's why I'm like, can he? No, no, you're right. As soon as you said it, that makes sense. That actually makes
Yeah,
sense.
they're too
Yeah,
big. They need more. They need
you would
more.
not allow you would not allow one.
I
You would
would
not
not
allow
allow
one.
a Marvel
You
spotlight on
not. I'm not
Micronauts.
talking about
People,
anybody else in there. People, I'm telling that nicely towards you. I'm not sure if you guys might allow, but this guy, he's not going to allow one.
no,
No, no,
no,
no, no,
no,
no,
no,
no.
no,
He's
no, no.
breaking down doors. He's breaking into the facilities, leaving a script on the table and saying, "Try this." And then 3 months later, I don't see if you guys look at you guys do anything. I'm going to leave another script. Breaking in. Someone keeps breaking into the building and he's leaving the stuff on the desk. Oh, it's Barry Carter. Oh, it's 3D. All right, guys, just check it out for 3D. Just check it out for 3D, please. Just check it out.
Yeah,
You know he's gonna
look,
come back in 3 months. He's gonna come back in 3 months. Can you just please? Thank you very much. Thank
right, right. Look this way. Micronauts needs its own entity. The only
you.
thing that I would allow as a Marvel spotlight would be a Marvel spotlight on Bug because Bug has had his own solo issues.
Cool,
right?
right? Okay.
Right. Okay. But that's it. I think that's it. Maybe stretching to the Croyer. That's it. Beyond between the Croyer and Bug, because Bug's had his own solo issues. Bug's been showing up in the new Guardians of the Galaxy with Star Lord and the rest of the team. That's it. That's it. Right. No. Maybe Captain Universe, but you better have Micronauts first to explain Captain Universe. So no. So first and
See?
foremost, as I said, it's got to be
That's
Deathlock. It's got to be
not.
Man Wolf. And I'm talking Man Wolf where he gets his powers, ends up on the moon, another dimension, the whole kind of thing. And then, of course, Starjammers. That's what I want to see as Marvel Spotlight. There we go. It doesn't have to be fully grounded on what's happening on Earth. It's just, hey, and all these characters start off as Earth-based characters. So, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. You know what?
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna segue into this, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna come back with this because my head is thinking of another aspect of the show. That is just coming to me right now, and stay tuned. If we come back with another spotlight kind of conversations, we know we've done something.
We're
I'll leave
watching
it at
you.
that.
We're watching you, Disney Plus. We're watching you. You like it? We're watching you. Invite us. All right.
Just saying. There you
Any
go.
any last words, Rod?
No, listen. Welcome to the spotlight. This is what we're talking about. Marvel, thank you for listening in when we didn't think you were listening. We're happy that you listened in. Feel free to listen in again.
We're assuming they're listening in, so we're gonna just take that credit. There we go.
Right on. Right on. Yeah. No, but no, seriously, everyone, like, subscribe, follow, tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell somebody down the street, hey, heard about these guys. Just pass it on. Listen, we're having a lot of fun out here. I hope you guys are enjoying yourself with this. And yeah, we got some more stuff for you. Trust and believe, 2024, it ain't over. The show is not over. Just saying. It's not.
Through that. And on that note, as we always say, like, subscribe, share, as Rod, sorry, that Rod said. But I will also say, this whole world was created by a pencil, a piece of paper, and lots of imagination. Keep on dreaming. Put a spotlight on the iConis podcast. Hey, Marvel, we're watching you. Thank you very much. And we are out. Flashlight.
Put a spotlight on the iConis. Oh, I like that.
Yeah. You got moments. And I hit with flashlight with George Clinton. Flashlight.